Hey guys, so I'm gonna try not to take forever on this. I will be going through all of today's lesson again. This was kind of like a recap to make sure you are good on everything. Sorry about that. Alright, so number one, you were asked to solve number one for the warm-up. So, like we talked about, there's this big fraction bar looking thingy. We know that's division, right? And we want to get rid of this divided by 2 first. In order to get rid of things in math, or at least to help us out in solving these equations, you do the opposite, right? So if you see a divided by 2, we want to do the opposite, which is times 2. And don't get confused, this is just saying it's number 1. It's not part of the problem. Alright. These 2's cancel out. Sorry, that was horrible. Bam. Because 2 divided by 2 we know is 1. So we're not really worried about that anymore. Now, I've got to worry about what was on the top. Because I didn't do anything with this yet. It's still there. W minus 4 equals. And then when I multiply 15 times 2, and if you do that with me in your calculator or in your head, it is 30. Now some of you guys might be like, yes, I'm so excited, I'm done. We still don't know what the variable equals. Okay? So right now, I'm using the distributive property. Remember we talked about that Angry Birds scenario? Just like that. 3 times 5W is going to give me 15 W's. Keeping that minus. 3 times 4 gives me 12. Didn't do anything with this right side, so I'm just rewriting that. Alright, and now we're just trying to solve for this W. You look for the number that's by itself, which is this 12. Opposite of minus or subtraction is addition. And we know we just canceled those out. We got 15W equals 42. And you can't forget that this is multiplication hiding here. So, the opposite of multiplication, or I guess times 15, would be to divide by 15. Because I know 15 divided by 15 is just going to give me 1W. And if you put that in the calculator, it's a weird decimal. So there's your answer. If you like writing it without the 1, which honestly I prefer, but they're both technically right, there you go. Okay? Hopefully that made sense. Number 2, I know you guys can read, so I'm not going to spare you the time of reading it, but Spider-Man's buying a cape, blah 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 blah. It cost him 25 bucks. He's only buying one cape, so that cost $25. It's going to be down there by itself. He's adding some designs on that cape. Adds, hint, hint. And each design is going to cost him $3. Okay? We don't know how many designs he's going to get. So that's why we're going to put this unknown variable next to it. Because we don't know if he's going to get 1 design, 2 designs, 3 designs, etc. So Spider-Man had 58 bucks to spend. And that is it. There will be times where you have to solve these equations also, which kind of takes it back to this, except this one's way harder. But be careful. Just read what it asks you to do. Write an equation. This is an equation because there's an equal sign. Done. I'm going to fly through this, just review it, because you guys have been stellar on this part. 7 more than, 7 more than, 3 times the width, which they tell us is W. Done. And I would prefer if you rewrite it without that multiplication sign. And that's it. Number 2. This one was a little trickier. 4 inches more than, 4 inches more than, twice It's multiplication, actually, if you didn't know. Twice the length. So you can write that multiplication in there, but your final answer should look something like this. Alright, 9 more than 3 times Miss Collison. Here they gave us a letter from Miss Collison. So I gotta make sure I stick to that. 3, 6, 9 more than 3 times Miss Collison. Okay, number 4. 8 more than 12 times the length. 12 times the length. And you don't need that. That is horrible, but whatever. Alright, we briefly talked about change, right? Penny looks like this, nickels look like this, dimes look like this, and quarters look like this, all in decimal form, right? You will have to write sentences explaining what you know. So in this problem, I've got quarters and I've got nickels, right? The only information that they really give us, they don't tell us how many quarters we've got. But I do know that they put this plus 4 here. That's really important. So my sentence could go something like saying, boom. Let me change this color up. You will always have 4 more nickels than quarters. And I'm saying that because this is more, right? I've got 4 more of these guys, which are nickels. So 4 more nickels. Then I've got quarters. Let's change this problem up. If it said minus 3, same kind of thing. You will always have, these are nickels still, but instead of more it's less. So you will have 3 less nickels than quarters. Okay? I know that was quick, but hopefully that made sense. I'll do one last problem on this change practice stuff. I got dimes and I got nickel. I'm sorry, pennies. 0.01 is a penny. Bam, bam. Minus 9 goes with the pennies, so you will always have 9 less pennies than dimes. Does that make sense? Cool. I feel like you're nodding your head. It makes me happy. I will do every single problem, so if you're kind of advanced and you're ready to skip down to number 12, that's cool. I'll do that. Ooh, I lied. I'm going to go back to number 5. 5 represents $5 bills in this problem, and 20 represents $20 bills. So for this scenario, boom, boom, you will have 9 more 20. I guess it doesn't make 20. Sorry. $20 bills and $5 bills. Hopefully that makes sense. Because 20. This plus means more. Got that in here. And 9 more specifically, right? This is beautiful. It's a piece of art. Yeah! Alright. Then $5 bills. So that's it. Alright. Sorry. Jumping back. Alright, cool. Want to get rid of the number by itself, which is the minus 9? Let's do it. Do the opposite, which is plus. Boop! 7x equals 28. As we discussed, you know there's multiplication when the number is right next to a variable. So let's do the opposite of multiplication, which is division. And the number in front of that x is a 7. So that's what I'm going to divide by. X equals 4 is my answer. This one, I'm solving for x. The thing near on the same side is a plus 11. So let me do the opposite, which is minus. That's going to give me 2x equals 10. Same thing, this is times. So I'm going to do the opposite by dividing. Boop. And that gives me an x equals 5. I'm not really breaking these down because you guys have been pretty good with them. With these, you're going to use the distributive property. First, you're going to do a whole bunch of properties for real. Boop, boop. If you forget, right here is 1x. Please don't forget to write that number. That helps you. So 4 times 1x is going to give me 4x's plus 4 times 6 gives me 24. I didn't do anything with that side, so I just rewrote it. This plus 24, I can get rid of that by doing the opposite, which is minus 24. And this looks a little weird. I got 4x equals 28 minus 24. That's 4. We know this x has a times 4 right there. To get rid of that, you divide by 4. You do the same thing on both sides. Please don't forget that. And your final answer is x equals 1. Alright, moving on. Boop. Boop. 10 times 5x is 50x. Minus 10 times 9 is 90. Equals 4. 10. We can get rid of this minus 90 by adding 90. Alright, 50x equals, just want to make sure you're paying attention. 50x equals 500. Same thing, you know there's multiplication here. So you divide by 50. And your answer is going to be x equals 10. Cool. And if I was to say the properties that I used in this problem to the right, let me delete this stuff. I would say right there I use the distributive property. Next, about right here, I just use my addition property of equality. Down here for my next step, I use my division property of equality. Okay? Cool. Almost there, guys. Woo! You guys got me working. Okay. This is just like the warm-up. Gotta multiply by 2, because there's a divided by 2 right here. These 2's cancel. You didn't touch the top, so you just rewrite it. $45 times 2 gives you 90. Bam. Bam. 3 times 7, or sorry, 3 times 7x gives you 21 x's. I got my plus. 3 times 9 gives me 27. I didn't do anything to this, so I'm just rewriting it with my beautiful handwriting. Don't hate. Opposite of plus 27 is to subtract it. I didn't do anything with this, so I've still got my 21x This whole thing right here, that's all gone. It canceled out. Equals 63. And just like every other problem, we've got a number right next to a variable. You know there's a multiplication sign. So to get rid of it, we're going to divide. Boop. X equals 3. Get in there, guys. Almost there. Divided by 6. I'm going to multiply by 6. These guys cancel. Didn't do anything with the top. So I'm going to rewrite that again. Hopefully you're feeling a little more comfortable with this, like it's making sense as you see it over and over. Bam! So first this is the multiplication property of equality, because you multiplied on both sides. And now we're using the distributive property. 8 times 2x gives me 16x's. I got a minus. 8 times 1 is not 1. Saw some people do that. 8 times 1 is actually 8. And I'm being very serious about that. You have to be careful. Instead of minus 8, you got to add it. Bam. 16x, because that's what I've got here, equals, because this is all gone. That is horrible. 176. This is a multiplication sign. So let's get rid of it. And if you put in your calculator 176 divided by 16, you should be getting 11. Okay? This is a work of art, by the way. I'm really proud of this. Alright. This one, what I was saying, a few teachers teach this differently. For me, just to make things a little more systematic and straightforward, with your final answer, I want your x, or whatever variable it is, to go on this side, and your number, it's not a hashtag, that's a number sign, number to be over here. So whether it's 1, 10, 7, whatever, well that's a T, 7, I don't care what it is. You want to move all the numbers, like that for instance, on this side, because that's a number. And you want to move all your x's on this side. Okay? Alright, let's do it. Cool. I like moving numbers first, because that's what we've been doing. I'm putting my plus 9, notice, under the other number. You can't add it with 3x. It doesn't make sense to do so. Alright? All I've got left over here are... Whoa. Dang it. I got 4 x's equals... What? There are x's on both sides. Mr. Hadley, what are you doing to me? I hate you. It's okay. I love you too, man. Alright. I want to move the x's over here. I know some of you want to divide by 3. But you see how that makes things weird? You start like doing all this crazy stuff. I want to completely take this away. Key phrase, take away. And move it to the other side. In order to do that, you gotta subtract. Boop! Because that's going to be 0. 3 minus 3 is 0. So 3x's minus 3x's is also 0. It's just gone. You took it away. Over here, I've got 4x's minus 3x's, and that gives me 1x. All I've got is 26. So, my answer is x equals 26. Why is my equal sign so big? I don't know. Stop judging me. Alright, this one. I'm going to fly through this one. Bam! Minus 11. 8x, nothing here, equals, still got this, 11x plus 9. Now you want to move these x's over. So when you take that away, subtraction, and I want to get rid of 11 x's. Bam! 8 minus 11 gives me negative 3. If you see an 8 on top, don't put this in your calculator. It's not right. This is asking you for what 8 minus 11 is. Okay? Alright, cool. So negative 3x equals 9. Now this looks funky, but same things. There's multiplication. Now instead of just a regular positive number, it's a negative one. But whatever. You still do the exact same thing. Let's get rid of it. Bam! That cancels out. So do those. And now I've got x equals, if you put 9 divided by negative 3 in your noggin or your calculator, you're going to get negative 3 as an answer. Okay? Whew! Last one. Minus 13. Bam! X equals 5x minus 4. This is weird. Gotta be careful. There's a 1x, right? I want to take these 5x's away, so I'm going to do minus. Those cancel. And, let me use my little calculator here. I'm subtracting 1 minus 5, right? Right here. Let me do that. Math tools. Calculator. When I put 1 minus 5 in my calculator, when I press enter or equal, I get negative 4. So that's what I'm sticking with. This is going to become negative 4x equals, that's weird, the same thing on both sides, negative 4. Last step, same thing, multiplication, divide by negative 4. Boop! And x equals 1. Alright guys, hopefully that was nice and clear. I didn't want to take too much time breaking it down even further. I feel like this should be okay for you guys. If you have any questions, remember you can always feel free to email me. I wish you guys, I don't like saying good luck because I'm not a huge believer in luck, but I hope you guys work hard and study hard tonight so you will do well on your assessment tomorrow. Okay? Have a great evening, guys. See you tomorrow. Goodbye.